Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and I know I've made a few videos already about the all-war alternate ultimate mode, but I've got two really special things for you today. One, I've saved up 9, and we're going to be on the 10th after this one battle, 10 fragment combines to open 10 of these chests back to back to back to back. So stick around in the video. It's a bit of a surprise. I'm going to see how many Odin's Blessings we can pull, and then you can use this data with your own data to extrapolate. My guess is, well, I'll tell you my guess later for what I think the percentage is, the percentage chance of getting an Odin's Blessing versus a 6-star Mythic URU. But I really like this game mode. I try to play it every single game, every single day, and I think it's really fun, and it's actually giving me a lot more information about the game than I expected, and it's giving me a lot more of a perspective on some of these characters, specifically for this content, sure, but it still helps. So this is the team I'm running with. Obviously, I'm using the 3 recommended characters, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Shadow Shell. We're going to be focusing on Shadow Shell, but I first want to switch to Jean Grey to show you guys something. So I'll try to give you guys a few tips in addition to a bit of information, and then we'll do the Shadow Shell highlights. So, sorry, I said we're going to switch to Jean Grey, but first I just want to charge up Cyclops' tier 3 skill. So I'm just going to spam through his skills and then switch to Jean. Now with Jean, it's interesting. Check this out. She does damage, but then as soon as the ball drops, she doesn't do any damage. You can see there. She's doing no damage. Here on the 4th skill, she does full damage. On the 2 skill, she does 0 damage. On the 1 skill, she does damage. On the 3 skill, she does damage. So this actually lets us know, and this can actually be applied to any character you have in the game who is tier 3 or transcended. If you bring them into this game mode where it has this non-elemental damage immunity tag, which we've never seen before in any other content, you can actually figure out precisely which parts of their skills have elemental damage versus not. So here you can see Jean Grey's new 4th skill, Marvel Girl, is full mind damage, which makes it great for this game mode because you can see I'm pumping out damage. But the 4th skill on Jean Grey X-Men Red doesn't do any elemental damage. It's actually fully energy damage. So this mixture of elemental damage and energy damage can actually explain why Jean Grey is so powerful in PvP. Because for those characters that have no elemental resistances, she absolutely shreds them with mind damage. But even for those that have high elemental resistance, let's say another Jean Grey, or for example a Thanos who has very high, I think base 50 or base 100 elemental resistances, she can still do a lot of damage because the first part of her 5th skill, for example, is elemental damage. So we're gonna go ahead here and fight Surtur now, and I'm going to show you guys about Shadow Shell. Sorry, I didn't charge my phone here. So we're going to get rid of these waves, and then we're going to swap to Shadow Shell. Shadow Shell is actually good for this because of her accumulation. Check that out. Just with that accumulation, we did over 300,000 damage. And you saw by comparison how much damage Jean Grey was doing, right? Look at this. With accumulation, look at that. Look at that. She just 2-shotted Surtur. That was the perfect outcome. It's difficult to play that well with Shadow Shell because you need to get that accumulation. But remember, I'm doing all of this with a Ctp of Destruction. I gave a Ctp of Destruction to all the Warriors of the Sky when I tried to make those cheesy PvP videos where they just, one-shot revive, one-shot revive, one-shot revive. And so they still all have Destruction. Blue Dragon, Shadow Shell, and Sunbird. Forgot his name. But yeah, Shadow Shell, no joke. Actually a solid character for this. Better than I thought. I wasn't even trying to play with Shadow Shell. I was just pretty much soloing with Cyclops. Then when Cyclops took too much damage, I would switch to Jean Grey. But Shadow Shell's not bad at all. On top of Shadow Shell not being bad, for this particular game mode and for this particular season or whatever, there's the toxic meteors that drop just like in World Boss. They do a lot of damage in this game mode, but guess who's 100% immune to poison damage? Yeah, Shadow Shell is. So check this out. Look at this damage to Odin. Look at that. She cracks his shield. She just did like over 200,000 damage to him. I'm going to get this buff from her awakening skill, and I'm going to do this again. Look at this damage. She cracks his shield. Ooh, we almost died there, but solid. Solid, okay. Another thing I want to show you guys is the Ctp of Greed. There's actually so much information that this game mode has taught me. So the Ctp of Greed, it rotates, right? So it rotates between Combat Blast buff and then Speed Universal buff. So what you can do is you can actually pay attention to when the buff is on, and you can know which buff you're on. So right now, see, the damage I did was a lot. That means we just did the speed universal. Now we're back to the combat blast buff, which is why I'm not doing much damage. It's got the shield up, so it's actually harder to tell. But you can basically use this information of when the shield is, or when the greed has swapped to one or another. You can use this information. Oh, I'm gonna die. You can use this information to hold your tier 3 if you're using Jean Grey with a Ctp of Greed for certain PvE content, right? You can use this for PvP. It's a bit harder to time, but I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to rely on her 4th skill to show us how much damage she's doing. So you sort of have to get used to it, but that damage there was pretty good, but that damage is obviously better, which means that was the speed. So we're back now to the combat one. You can see the damage is not that good. So now this next rotation, I'm going to do the tier 3 skill, and look at the damage. See how much better it is? Now, it's obviously better because I'm using the tier 3 skill, but it's also better because of the greed. Rotating up, or rotating whatever, across. All right, we haven't used Cyclops, so let's get a Cyclops tier 3 here. Cyclops is still solid for this, but yeah. Wanted to feature the Jean Grey elemental damage trick that you can use to see how much elemental damage, or what part of a skill is elemental damage versus physical or versus energy. And then I also wanted to highlight Shadow Shell. We actually ended up doing a really good job of accumulating enough damage, but these stages do so much damage, from the mobs hitting you to the boss hitting you to those things that the boss rains down. So Shadow Shell can actually accumulate a lot, and people forget, I forget, that Venomous Destruction has the same accumulation as Sharon Rogers' 3rd skill. It's the 15% up to 150% of true damage. So she gets over 200% attack increase when she gets the maximum accumulation. And again, this is with a CTP of Destruction. So if you wanted to do that even faster, that stage, not that you would necessarily need to, but you could give her a double poison damage proc, or a poison damage crit damage proc obelisk, which would be faster than a CTP of Destruction, because she deals, you know, almost exclusively poison damage, which is why none of her damage gets rejected or reduced to 0 by the stage, because of course the stage rejects any non-elemental damage. Or you could even go crazy and give her an energy or a rage. So now that we have farmed up 10 of these bad boys, this takes 10 days. So appreciate you know, the patience and the refusal, right? I refuse to press that button. Okay, sorry, I pressed it once. Okay, there. So we got 1 skill cooldown Uru. Okay, so we're 0 for 1. Okay, we got 9 more. Don't worry. But anywho, I personally think that you have it's less than a 10% chance. I think that the chance is like 1 in 15. So I don't know what that is, but I believe, I believe, or I think, I don't believe, I think it's about 1 in 15. So it's about a 0.0676 repeating percent chance to get an Odin's Blessing, which is not very good, which means that we may just open the rest of these 9, and I thought I pressed it. We may open the rest of these 9, the remaining 9, and not get any. Ooh! Or we are going to get one. Let's go. Let's go. Freaking hell. Yeah, that's so good. So that's why I love this game mode. Now, I know the cost to get into this game mode, to start to get up and start farming it is tough, because you've got to get Thor, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, and Loki all to level 70, and then you've got to get Wolverine to level 60. So yeah, I know that I say, you know, I say this game was really great, you should farm it, but then I say you shouldn't get characters that are bad to level 70. And I personally would put Thor, Loki, and Spider-Man in that category of characters that you probably shouldn't get to level 70 until you get other better characters to level 70, right? Because of the expensive band materials and the biometrics. But man, this game mode's so good. This game mode was a heaven sent for veteran players. I really have to say that's really how I feel about it. Okay, so we've gotten 3 Uru and 1 Odin's Blessing. So the first 5 are 4 Uru and 1 Odin's Blessing. That's not bad at all. And we got an energy, we got a mythic energy attack. And the other nice thing is, you know, people might clown me, oh, you're gonna get all these attack speed and, you know, recovery rate. That's okay, right? Because when they have the Odin Blessing chance up, I can combine these mythic Uru that I'm getting and not using, and I have a second chance to get an Odin's Blessing. So there's actually so much value here, not to mention the biometrics and the type enhancement kits that I got from doing those 4 stages. And it cost me, what, 10 minutes of my time, and 24 energy. Really not bad at all. Well, for each day you got to multiply, so it's 240 energy for 10 days. But anyways, six times we're 5 and 1. Okay, we're 6 and 1. We got a dodge, not bad. We're 7 and 1. Okay, we're 8 and 1. Okay, last one. Okay, so there we go. So 1 out of 10 ended up being an Odin's Blessing. That, again, I think it's at least 1 in 10 for the chances. It may actually be lower than 1 in 10 because I've definitely gone more than 10 days multiple times without getting an Odin's Blessing. But to date, I believe I've gotten 4 or 5 Odin's Blessings from this. I got really lucky at the beginning, and I got one on my second or third combine when the game mode first started. And I've missed maybe only 2 or 3 days out of the 3 months that this 2 or 3 months that this game mode has been out. But yeah, so, and then we got 2 mythic energy attack Urus, which is not bad at all. Obviously you can get something pretty similar to that from the Rift token shop. The Rift token shop actually makes a lot of things in the game, devalues a lot of things in the game because of these chests right here. Right, like it devalues a lot of Shadowland rewards because you can cycle through this a few times, and oh, there we go. It proves my point. You don't have to spend too much to actually get that back. But again, it's not bad. I can use more mythic energy attack Uru. I'm not complaining about that at all. And then on the flip side, I can always just use it to combine if I need it. So hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Shadow Shell. I feel like, we forgot about the Warriors of the Sky. I'm not hoping that they get, uniforms or reworks or anything like that, but they're not bad. They're not bad characters, and I actually really like Shadow Shell's design. I really like poison damage, and I like the accumulation. I just wish that the Snake had better targeting on her 5th skill. And then hit me up in the comments down below with your results if you've gotten a lot or not any Odin's Blessings from the All War story. I will give you my Odin's Blessings luck, and we'll talk about this another day. Anywho, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.